Behold, in the visions of Elohim Jehovah. Behold Joseph and Mary, and be comforted, O Jerusalem, in the visions of Jehovah Elohim. She looked and saw Joseph the carpenter in Nazareth, and Mary his espoused wife. And Mary said, If thou put me away from thee, dost thou not murder me? Joseph spoke in anger and fury. Should I marry a harlot and an adulteress? Mary answered, Art thou more pure than thy Maker, who forgiveth sins and calls again her that is lost? Though she hates, he calls her again in love. I love my dear Joseph, but he driveth me away from his presence. Yet I hear the voice of God in the voice of my husband. Though he is angry for a moment, he will not utterly cast me away. If I were pure, never could I taste the sweet of the forgiveness of sin. If I were holy, I never could behold the tears of love of him who loves me in the midst of his anger in the furnace of fire. Ah, my Mary, said Joseph, weeping over and embracing her closely in his arms. Doth he forgive Jerusalem and not exact purity from her who is polluted? I heard his voice in my sleep and his angel in my dream, saying, Doth Jehovah forgive a debt only on condition that it shall be paid? Doth he forgive pollution only on condition of purity? That debt is not forgiven. That pollution is not forgiven. Such is the forgiveness of the gods, the moral virtues of the heathen whose tender mercies are cruelty. But Jehovah's salvation is without money and without price, in the continual forgiveness of sins, in the perpetual mutual sacrifice in great eternity. For behold, there is none that liveth and sinneth not, and this is the covenant of Jehovah. If you forgive one another, so shall Jehovah forgive you, that he himself may dwell among you. Fear not then to take to thee Mary thy wife, for she is with child by the Holy Ghost. Then Mary burst forth into song. She flowed like a river of many streams in the arms of Joseph, and gave forth her tears of joy like many waters, and emanating into gardens and palaces upon the Euphrates, and to forests and floods and animals wild and tame, from Gihon to Idakabel, and to cornfields and villages, and inhabitants upon Pison and Arnon and Jordan. And I heard the voice among the reapers saying, Am I Jerusalem, the lost adulteress, or am I Babylon come up to Jerusalem? And another voice answered, saying, Does the voice of my Lord call me again? Am I pure through his mercy and pity? Am I become lovely as a virgin in his sight, who am indeed a harlot, drunken with the sacrifice of idols? Does he call her pure as he did in the days of her infancy, when she was cast out to the loathing of her person? The Chaldean took me from my cradle, the Amalekite stole me away upon his camels, before I had ever beheld with love the face of Jehovah, or known there was a God of mercy. O mercy, O divine humanity, O forgiveness and pity and compassion. If I were pure, I should never have known thee. If I were unpolluted, I should never have glorified thy holiness, or rejoiced in thy great salvation. Mary leaned her side against Jerusalem. Jerusalem received the infant into her hands in the visions of Jehovah. Times passed on. Jerusalem fainted over the cross and sepulchre. She heard the voice, Wilt thou make Rome thy patriarch druid, and the kings of Europe his horsemen? Man in the resurrection changes his sexual garments at will. Every harlot was once a virgin, every criminal an infant love.